So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. We'll start off with a little bit of bad news. And there's reports coming out of Italy right now that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is wanted by Manchester United. They've apparently tabled a £62 million offer for him. Now, there was talk earlier in the transfer window about Aubameyang going to Man United. Obviously, Lukaku is pretty much done and dusted, all but being announced to Inter Milan. Now, that's going to be around the £63 million mark. This story is coming out of Italy. He's moving to Italy. 2 and 2 together equals Aubameyang. Not quite sure Man United want Aubameyang. I could see why they want him, but I'm not sure that the story's got any weight behind it, if I'm being honest. I think that... I think we're in talks to sign him up for a new contract. That was the rumours going around a couple of weeks ago. Him and Lacazette were being touted to sign a new contract. So I'm not sure. Not only that, why would he want to go to Man United? They're in no better shape than us. If anything, they're in more bad shape than us. They've got way too many players at that club that shouldn't be there, that's for sure. And they've signed them up to new deals like Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Ashley Young, Juan Mata. It's not 2012. Why are they still there? But listen, that's Man United's problem, not ours. And I still believe Aubameyang will still be an Arsenal player by the end of this transfer window. And I'll be pretty amazed if he hasn't signed a new contract. You know, Raul and Vinay said before that anyone going into the last 2 years of their contract will be offered a contract. If they reject it, then they're sold. It's as simple as that. So, we'll see if that is the truth now, because obviously Aubameyang's got less than 2 years left now. It's just kicked into the second but last. And there was talk that he was getting a new contract. So we shall see whether he does get that contract or whether he ends up leaving. Like I said, I don't think he's getting anywhere. I can't see Aubameyang leaving this summer. I think he'll probably run out his contract, maybe with an extension coming in the offing as well. So I don't know, we shall see. But £62 million, nowhere near enough money if they want him anyway. Maybe add a one in front of that and you can have him. But anyway, let's move on to a bit of negative news for Palace, but it looks like a bit of positive news for Arsenal. And that is that Wilfried Zaha has returned back from the African Cup of Nations, where he was there with the Ivory Coast. They actually done really well, really well. And he was a big part of that, and he's come back and he's told Crystal Palace that he wants out, he wants to go. Now, this has been bubbling under the surface all summer. It's been on and off. Arsenal want Zaha, Crystal Palace 120 million pounds, 100 million pounds, 80 million pounds, and then it's a case of, well, we're only offering 40. We all know we put a 40 million pound bid in, and that was swiftly rejected. So that then disappeared. He carried on playing in the Cup of Nations, and we were then linked with Everton Soares. I'll come on to him shortly. And it's been going to and fro, but he has returned back from the Cup of Nations, and he has basically told Crystal Palace that he wants out. Now, we all know that Man United get a quarter of the transfer fee, so they're going to be in for a nice little windfall, because it isn't going to be cheap to get Wilfried Zaha signed for Arsenal. Now, I'd say anywhere in the region of about 60, 65 million, maybe a player on top of that as well. There are some reports suggesting it could be Callum Chambers being that player, plus then the £60 million. Other reports are just suggesting that, the fee hasn't even been spoke about yet after the 40 million got rejected. So it's all down to who you believe and which outlet you're reading and stuff like that. But personally, I didn't think we wanted him. I'll be straight up. I thought it was just all paper talk. I thought the bid might have been paper talk, but it actually looks like we do want him, and it looks like we could be getting him as well. So we know that Unai Emery was over in America. He's still out there, and well done to the lads as well. They beat Bayern Munich. Eddie Nketiah, well done to him as well. Last minute winner against Bayern Munich. So 2 out of 2 on pre-season, and the kids are shining out there. They're doing really well. So. Unai Emery spoke, and he said that he wants 3 or 4 players, and he wants one of them to be a big un at least. So Wilfried Zaha could be that big un. It could be the player that he was kind of hinting at in his press conference the other day. Then obviously get a couple of others, which leads me nicely on to William Saliba. Now, I didn't know this until this morning, about 10 minutes ago, before I started recording this video. Saint Etienne are actually on pre-season tour in Washington. And we all thought that all of our hierarchy were over in America just having a jolly up. Well, it turns out they're not. It turns out that St. Etienne are out in Washington, and we've apparently sealed the deal. He's likely to be announced early next week, unveiled, and yeah, it's apparently. Well, this is another one. It depends who you believe. Some reports are saying it's £23 million. Some reports are saying it's £27 million. Other reports are suggesting it's 29 million plus add-ons. Now, it all depends who you believe. I'm sure it'll come out once the deal is actually officially done. But this just makes a mockery of all the journalists that sat there and wrote the other day that Tottenham have outbid us and they've bid 30 million, doesn't it? Because every single report I've read today has said it is under £30 million. So where's the 30 million that Tottenham bid then? Where was that? Because that seems to have just disappeared. And surely St. Etienne obviously accepted it according to report. So does that mean Saliba has actually chosen Arsenal over Tottenham? There was a report, I see something the other day, he liked their kit launch photo on Instagram. It's like, whoever stalks these players and finds all this stuff out, man, seriously, it's mad. You can't do anything these days without people knowing about it. But it does look like he is an Arsenal player, all but the formalities to just announce him, really. So he's going to be loaned back. We know that already. We found that out weeks and weeks and weeks ago. But a lot of people are over the moon with this one. I don't really know either way because I've never seen him play. So I can't really comment on whether he's going to be any good or not. But one thing I will say is, if he does reach the heights that people are expecting him to reach, we've just got ourselves an absolute bargain. The praise and the names he's being compared to, Varane, Ferdinand, players like that. So it's in £30 million, not even that, 25, 30, whatever it may end up being. That could be one of the steals of the summer. Now, let's move on to Everton Soares. He's been learning English, apparently. I see a video on Instagram yesterday, and he has been learning English. Now, does that mean he's moving to Arsenal? Well, you know what Arsenal fans are like. As soon as somebody learns English and we're linked with them, welcome to Arsenal, Everton Soares. So he could be coming to Arsenal. The Gremio president has said he's had no offer for him yet. But he said it's normal that clubs will speak to the player and then come and speak to the club. So he's kind of suggested and kind of confirmed that we are speaking to the player. Now, I don't think we're going to go and buy him and Zaha. I just can't see that. But I tell you something, if we do go and get them both, then we've got one of the best front lines in Europe, definitely. Because so I don't rate Zaha as much as the next person does. But if you put Lacazette, Zaha, Aubameyang, and Everton Soares up front as a 4, Jesus Christ, that's frightening. Pace galore, skill galore, and all we need now is some defensive players. But yeah, there's reports going around that we haven't actually tabled the bid for him yet, but it's coming apparently, and he's somebody we've been looking at for a couple of weeks. So listen, he's out in South America. Our top hierarchy, top brass at Arsenal are over in America. It's only a few hours on a plane, innit? Go and get the deal done, get him in, because he is an absolute baller of a footballer. He was man of the match in the Copa America final, which is not easy. Look at the talent in that Brazil team. So yeah, it's all looking quite rosy right now. It's starting to speed up a little bit. It's been slow for the last few weeks. Not really anything happening, but it looks like it's now taking shape. We've got less than 3 weeks to go, and hopefully within the next 7 days, I've been saying this for about 6 weeks, hopefully in the next 7 days, we will be unveiling maybe Wilfried Zaha. It could even be Saliba. Could even be Everton Soares. Might even be all three. Who knows? Anyway, leave it all in the comments section down below. One more person I want to quickly speak about is Dani Ceballos. Now, reports out of Spain are suggesting that we're virtually done deal, loaning him with an option to buy. So that's all but done, apparently. Now, the loan fee, again, it depends which paper you read or which journalist you believe and stuff like that. That varies from one to the other. But listen, I don't particularly think he's going to be that great in the Premier League. But others will disagree with that. So we shall see. But all in all, it's looking like we're starting to get some of our business conducted and starting to get some of our business down to the latter stages. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we actually sign someone very soon. Anyway, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my day. All have a wonderful Friday, have a wonderful weekend. I will be back at 5 o'clock with my live stream. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Laters, peeps.